I have had some people ask for a little room tour, and so I'm gonna film a quick one before we have to head off to district opening. It's definitely not fully set up where I want it to be, but it's definitely ready for kids to come tomorrow. So let me show you around my literally home away from home, because I am here all the time, I feel like. But here's my doorway and bulletin board, and then over here we have this banner that we made for when Get Your Teach On came to our school last year. So when you walk in, a little door map that I made. It's seen better days, but we have a little sink area, put up some book characters. This is kind of like what you see as you come in. So it's like a fun little view. And then over here, we have our little mirror affirmation station type thing. So there's the front of the room. Along this back wall, I have these book characters. You can get these at Kohl's, and my mom actually collected them for me. So those are up there with their books. And then above that, I have this fun banner that I made last year, and I had all intentions to put pictures of every month of the year. And as you can see, it's blank. So we're gonna do a better job at that this year. And then if I pan over here, we have just like this brightest work board. And then on top, I've added books this year that we're gonna read at the beginning of school. Some fun storage, because there's not a lot of storage in here. And then decodables, because again, not a lot of storage. As you come over here is kind of like dramatic play. These yoga mats are for our movements that we do. So right now it is a farmer's market. And if you come back here, this will be for our block station. Halloween books are out because I had nowhere else to put them. And then this is just like manipulative bins. That's my type B, is that I literally don't have them shoved in, so excuse that. But at least the buckets somewhat match colors. They're not all labeled. That will never happen, but it's a nice shelf to have. And then this like little back corner is kind of just a bunch of puzzles and games, but then it's also the like worker side of the play stand. This corner over here that I'm going to show you is kind of a work in progress. I don't love that you can't always see all of the kids behind the farmer's market, but it's the best setup that I think I have found. And then this corner with the library, I wish I could make it more of a library, but I really like the wooden table that's over here because they like to do art at it. So it's just kind of crowded sometimes, but it gets the job done. This is our little book loving station. You can see we have the titles up here that go with our new stations that I've made. And then again, yoga mats so they can do movements wherever. This little wooden table actually went with the original kitchen set that was in here, but I hated the kitchen set. So I kept the table though. Our fun little iPad thing that they literally can't even reach. It's so high, but there's Queen at our iPads. This is something new I have this year. It's the media center. So there's headphones for them to listen to books on their iPads, some loose item retail kits. I'll have more of that later. And then this is a story retelling mat. So more to come on the media center later this year. If you just look down, this is all of my books. And I'm so grateful that the kindergarten teacher that was here before left basically all these books. And then up here I just have some decorations, pictures of my 4th and 5th grade class. That's Miss Jack in kindergarten. And then just some fun things to make it homey. I have to say I was blessed with kind of a gigantic classroom. I think this is one of the biggest rooms in our school. It's like an end on the hallway and it's pretty nice. Not all of our classrooms are this big. My room when I taught 4th and 5th grade upstairs was definitely smaller. However, it had a lot more storage, and I definitely miss that, but I will take having this much like floor space compared to closets. Next up, we just have like my desk area, and so typical things, name tags, folders, dump bin, all that stuff. Over here I just have like a big filing cabinet, and honestly it's organized now, but it will not stay that way, as well as like this back area of my desk. If I move this chair, this floor space is definitely just a dumping ground So it's organized now. And then I just have more little decorations back here, so it kind of feels like home. A wax melt, don't tell anybody. Now, this part saved my life last year. I took this file hanging thing from an old coworker that was next door, and I put all of the copies for every month down here. So now that it's September, I'm just gonna pull this out, and most of the hard copies are there. Most of them are still digital, but like I already have the example of this made and I don't have to do it again. And I already have this ready to copy for tomorrow, so I don't even have to worry about it. Next up, walking over here is probably one of my favorite spots in my room. It's my stage. I had this built when I taught upstairs in 4th and 5th grade. My dad built it for me and I love it. I love just having the platform. The kids love it. And it's also great because my Promethean board is a little too tall for them. So with the stage in front of it, they can reach it. Next to the smart board, we have our Vowel Valley. Everything is locked up currently, soon to be unlocked. Then we have clipboards, and then we have this new math choice station cart that I'm so excited about. Now, down under the smart board is something that literally is a lifesaver. Learned about this at last year's Get Your Teach On Nationals, and then they shared it again when they came to our school. And it is these green and yellow personal whiteboards for every lesson. There are more to come on that, but I just have them down here in a basket with the markers and erasers, so they just grab them as they go. And then next to it are our math toolkits. So when it's math time, I just give them the entire toolkit, and has snap cubes, 10 frame, all the things they'll need for a math lesson, which is super time saving. This is our little calendar area, and it comes down into my new obsession. I say that about a lot of things in here, but our writing station and this gorgeous chair that I got on a Facebook market. We used to have these giant wooden rocking chairs, and it hit the board every time somebody got up. But now I just have this spinny velvet chair that I'm so excited about, and it was only $15 on Facebook Market, which was a steal. Like everything else I say, I'm obsessed with this area, but this area is just so cute with the lamps and everything, and the table, and it's our writing corner. It's also storage because, like I said, there's not a lot of storage in here, so I've utilized a new shelf. So my mom actually made these for me. She made me a bunch for like all of the seasons. So I have one there and one on the writing center. So this is just like manuals that I will need. Flash phonics. Again, here's some storage. Our writing board, and that leads into our sound wall. Again, they're all locked. So these are the consonants and the vowels are in the other one. This is my small group whiteboard table. That is amazing. Come over to just anything I will need for small group. And then our art studio. Now, this cart here is one of the things like the back of my desk where it becomes a dropping ground, and I'll get the urge to clean it out like every 3 months. So it looks really nice and organized now, but you know how life goes. In the middle of small groups, you just throw stuff everywhere. So looks great now. Just wait a couple months. And lastly, we have our social studies board. So it just has the social studies songs from Lanisha Tab and Naomi O'Brien. They have this great social studies 5 like kickoff unit to social studies for the year. And they have little songs that teach them history, economics, civics, all the things. And so we put them there, and then whatever we're building or working on, I put in the middle of the board. So there's my little classroom tour. Big room, little storage, but a lot of magic happens here. And I'm excited for a new group to show up tomorrow.